Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about developing your behaviors and environment to support your goals. It's our mission to help you go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you've always imagined. If you've been following along with us, January has been all about transformation. We've been using the logical levels by Robert Dilts and talking through how you can create greater fulfillment, meaning, and happiness in your life. We started with purpose, and that is because it's your North Star. Without knowing where you're going, you really can't align all of these other aspects of your life. So once you have your purpose, we talked about creating a vision. Vision's really important because it's being able to bring to life what it is that you're going towards. You want to add as much of the feelings and the sights and the sounds of what it would be like if you were existing in your purpose. Then we talked about your identity. Who are you? And then what are your values? Often we grow up and we just kind of take on the values of those around us. But what are your top 5 values? Those are going to help you guide your life in a very meaningful way. Our values also impact our beliefs, and our beliefs can either be positive or they can be limiting. So we talked about how you can confront those limiting beliefs and move through your fears so that you can accomplish what it is you're setting out to achieve. Last week, we talked about capabilities, and these are your strengths and also your opportunities to develop the knowledge, the skill in order to accomplish your goal. And this week, we're talking about behaviors and environment. Behaviors and environment are so key in being able to move forward and take action. Your behaviors are what you say, they're what you do, they're how you say it, it's the actions you take, even your body language. Let's take a minute and look at a few reasons why you might not be achieving the success in making the changes within your behaviors. First, keeping our goals to ourselves. While it's understandable that it is not easy to share what it is that you're going for, once you put it out in the world, it becomes more real, not only to yourself, but to others. And oftentimes we're not successful in our goals because we don't have accountability. Accountability is really key because it helps us to stay on track. It also brings others into our life, and that can provide us with support that we need. Going for your dreams and hitting your goals is hard work, and it can be exhausting. And there's times where you just don't have the energy or the inspiration, the motivation. But if you have a solid support system, they'll be able to help you through that rough spot. And there will be rough spots. And so you're going to want to have those people around you. And this is a really great place where you could engage with a coach because they can help you in talking through your goals. It can bring accountability, and they also offer support. Our environment is often not optimized for success, and that can lead us to not being able to make the required changes. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in our session. Today, we're going to challenge you to assess your behaviors and how they're aligning with the life you're working to create. I'm going to ask you to take a moment to consider the possibility that success and happiness are not what happens to you, but the result of your choices. So once you know the life that you want to create, you can take steps to align your behavior. There's going to be things that you need to engage in, and there's going to be things that you need to stop doing in order to create the happiness and success that you desire. So as you're thinking about the behaviors, I want you to ask yourself, what do you need to stop? What is it that you need to start? And what should you continue? I'm going to share with you a few behaviors that successful, happy people engage in and they develop. They are passionate. They are positive in the way they talk about the things that they're going for in their life. Their purpose inspires them and allows them to act out in this passionate way. They're open-minded, which means that they are moving in the direction of their dreams, but they're not so tied to the outcome that if an opportunity comes up that may be better, or maybe something that they move forward in is not helping them, they're able to change and pivot. They have integrity, which means that they do what they say they're going to do. They've developed effective communication. And communication is not just the words and the clarity in what we speak, but also the ability to listen and to hear the feedback and thoughts of others and being able to consider them in how you choose to move forward. They have a growth mindset and they're always learning. On this path to achieving your purpose and your dreams, there's going to be times that you don't know what to do next, and you may need to listen to podcasts, YouTube, TEDx talks, read books, but always be learning and growing and developing your capabilities. They are also brave. It takes a lot of courage to go after your dreams. It takes a lot of courage to eliminate behaviors that aren't helpful for you. It takes a lot of courage to be able to leave or change environments to align yourself for greater success. Some of these behaviors that you might consider eliminating could be comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is not going to get you to where you desire to go. It's only going to cause you to be down on yourself and frustrated. It's going to take energy that you need in order to move forward. It's going to result in negative beliefs, and we talked about those and how you have to work through them and turn them into positive beliefs in order to be able to keep progressing and moving forward. Do you always need validation? This was an area for me that I had to spend a lot of time in when I made the decision to stop doing what everybody else was telling me to do and find my purpose. I was codependent, I was a people pleaser, and out of that, I became an achiever who was continually looking for validation. This resulted in me comparing myself and really kept me from being able to become who it is that I wanted to become. And I knew this because I felt guilt and I felt like there has to be more to life. Maybe it's not forgiving yourself. Maybe you're really hard on yourself and you're constantly telling yourself you're a failure, you're shaming yourself. This will not allow you to move forward. You will be stuck here. If you're experiencing any of those, by becoming curious about your emotions, you're going to have a path towards success. And we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end. Changing habits are so difficult. And there are so many layers in our lifestyle that we need to evaluate when we're looking to make changes. One of the reasons making changes is so complex is that we expect to make a 180-degree turn, paradigm shift in how we act, and we want it now, instantaneous. What we need to realize, however, is that these behaviors were shaped and molded by experience that likely occurred over decades. It's going to take being intentional, looking at your subconscious patterns, your routines, practices you engage in, assessing your willpower, your motivation. What's your energy like? Do you have the knowledge and the know-how? And what is your environment bringing to you? Because you are a product of your environment, which means you get to choose if it's supporting you or not. You may have heard that it takes 21 days to break a habit. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not always true. In fact, studies show that on average, it takes 66 days, but it can take as little as 18 and as much as 254 days. Often it's your environment that has the most significant impact on your behaviors. For example, your surroundings can either facilitate or discourage your actions. They can either motivate you or cause you to be depressed. So if you want to maximize your odds of success, then you need to operate in an environment that accelerates results rather than hindering them. I'd like to share with you a book that I think anybody who's wanting to make changes in their life should read, and that is The Atomic Habits by James Clear. What I like about this book is that it talks about making tiny changes to build the good habits and break the old ones. And it's when you make these consistent tiny changes that you experience remarkable results. If you just go for the remarkable results and you think it's going to happen overnight, well, my friend, you're going to be disappointed and you're likely not going to achieve it. It would be better for you to start with these 3 strategies that will allow you to create an environment that shapes your habits in a positive way. This will make it easier for you to achieve your goals. Let's look at those 3 strategies. First, make changes that encourage making decisions aligned with your desired outcome. So for example, you've decided that you want to lose weight. And as you've evaluated areas that could help you to optimize, you've realized that portion control could help you lose weight. There's a study that shows by just purchasing a smaller plate that you will reduce your portion size. Or maybe you want to overcome procrastination. You could use your phone to support that. It will either hinder you or it will either help you. But if it's going to help you, you could set limits on the time you spend on social media. You could use the reminders feature. The second strategy is designing your environment to encourage the new behavior you want to create. So let's take a small habit. You want to floss your teeth every night. If you leave your floss buried in a cabinet or drawer, you are unlikely to remember to floss every night. But if you set your floss on the counter next to your toothbrush where you go every night to prepare for bed, you're going to be more likely to be reminded to floss your teeth. Maybe you want to add exercise to your routine. You're going to want to consider what time works best for you. Maybe you decide, I want to work out on my way home from work. Now, if you decide that you're going to work out on your way home from work, you're going to be most successful if you find a place to do it on your way home from work. If you choose a facility that's in the opposite direction, you're going to be less likely to make that drive, and it's going to take you longer to get home, and then you're unlikely to keep up with that pattern. Third, remove the negative influences to reduce the number of barriers to success. We already have lots of barriers, so what can you do to make it easier for yourself? Let's take, for example, you want to stop eating unhealthy foods. Well, you could stop buying them. But if you are like me and you live a house with kids, then that's probably not going to be the answer that works for everybody in your home. So maybe you have to put them in a cabinet that is less visible. It's a place that you just don't go to. That would allow you to not see it as frequently and hopefully help you to reduce that likelihood of going to that cabinet and getting the unhealthy food that you are deciding you don't want to engage in. Now, I want to remind you that our mind and our body and our spirit, they alert us to being out of alignment with our design and our purpose. And it does that through emotional reactivity. So I'm going to suggest that you take 2 steps. This could lead you to freedom and unlock your untapped potential. With this approach, you'll reap many benefits. You'll have a greater understanding. You'll be able to challenge your assumptions and your limits and develop exponential, lasting results. The 2 steps are, when you become emotionally reactive, stop running away from them. And instead, when you become emotionally reactive, you press in, you run towards them. And you do that with curiosity. Curiosity places you in a mindset that allows you to grow. Curiosity can help calm your brain because you just start asking questions. And in this process, you gain a greater understanding. I love this quote that Einstein said. He said, "I wasn't extraordinarily smart or talented." He attributed his accomplishments to being curious. So start asking, what is this? Why do I feel this way? How does it work? And asking why repetitively can help you to gain clarity on the root cause of your experience. It will allow you to move forward. You will be able to do new things. You're on a path of self-discovery. And curiosity leads to innovation, which is a proven key to personal and professional growth. Each day, you have the opportunity to make changes to create greater alignment. I'm going to give you 3 tips for acting in alignment each day. If you go to www.ourwarriorspirit.com, under worksheets, you can download the fulfillment formula worksheet. This is going to allow you to summarize all the work throughout the month of January and provide you one place that has a summary of what is your purpose, your identity, your values, your beliefs, what capabilities you have, what capabilities do you need to grow in, how is your environment, and making an assessment of that in your behaviors. But being intentional and reminding yourself daily of your purpose and identity and values is going to allow you to be more successful. Tip 2, when you're making decisions, pull out your fulfillment formula and evaluate the perceived outcome in light of it. If you can say, yes, this is in alignment, move forward. If you don't have clarity on whether or not this is going to help you or harm you from going towards the life of your dreams, then be patient and wait. Wait until you have clarity. And if you figure out that it's not going to be to your benefit, let it go. Tip 3 is at the end of each day, take a few minutes. It could be on your way home from work, maybe as you're getting ready for bed, and just ask yourself, how well aligned was I today with my purpose and my identity and my values? Did I act in a way that brought me closer? This is not a time for feeling bad about yourself, shaming yourself. All this is a recognition so that you can make a decision on how you're going to show up tomorrow. I hope that you have gained so much insight through this transformation journey. We're here to support you. You can check out ongoing videos that will be released. You can sign up for a free coaching session. But continue down this road of aligning yourself. Be curious, and it will be unbelievable where you will be in just a year from now. Thank you.